Pistons Live is presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Seeing something we haven't witnessed in these parts in a long time. It is a series now. The Pistons even things up with the Knicks 194. They snap a 15-game postseason losing streak, which was the longest in NBA history. And we thank you for staying with us for our Game 2 post-game coverage on Pistons Live alongside Grant Long and Mickey York. Take you right back to New York to hear from JB Bickerstaff and the players in just a moment.
The acquisition of Dennis Schroder was a playoff move, plain and simple. When the Pistons found out and figured out that they were going to the playoffs, that there would be some postseason activity this year, they decided that they needed more experience in the backcourt. They decided that they needed a guy who would not fold under pressure, a guy like a Dennis Schroder who, with every team he's ever been on, you go look it up, every team he's been on, he's played well. And 2 years ago, this guy was in the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. And now he's on center stage here at Madison Square Garden for the Pistons. And what the Knicks did in the fourth quarter, especially late, was a smart thing. They decided they were not going to let Cade Cunningham get the basketball. They were going to push it towards somebody else and let somebody else beat them. And Dennis Schroder hit the biggest shot of the night. He answered that call. Unflappable. And then he got the free throw near the end. So he scored the last 4 baskets, or points that is, for the Pistons to help put this game away. 20 points off the bench, all totaled. He was excellent.
That was a different Cade Cunningham than we saw in Game 1 tonight.
Yeah, it was. But then he decided that he was not going to be wrapped up. He was not going to be bottled up, that he was going to get loose. He was going to be able to roam all over the floor with the basketball on the move and put pressure on them to chase him down and catch him. And that's why he was able to score 20 points by halftime. And then, 13 more in the second half for a total of 33 points, looking like the Cade that had been really a problem for the Knicks all year long. But he's got to stay this way. He's got to stay on the go. He's got to stay aggressive, because if he's trying to slow it down and back guys down the entire game, especially going against an Anunoby and a Mikal Bridges, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough on him. But he never gave them a chance to do that tonight. He was absolutely sensational.
JB has made his way to the podium as we listen in now in his postgame press conference.
We did what we were supposed to do, and that was it. To win a game on the road, to get home court was what we came here for. So we approached it with a business-like mentality and learned from the fourth quarter the other night, but we just did what we were supposed to do.
I know you respect history and you weren't here for all what's come before you here, but understanding that this franchise hasn't won a playoff game in 18 years, to be a part of the group, your business isn't finished, but to be able to achieve that next step along the way, what does it mean?
Again, we'll talk about that this summer. Again, we got bigger things we're out here for. So our focus, and that's why our guys have been able to grow and been consistent, is because they just think about the now. And I thought they did a great job tonight, staying in the moment and doing what we needed to do.
On Saturday, the Knicks really blitzed Cade and tried to get the ball out of his hands. Tonight was kind of the opposite. I don't think he got his first assist to the third, but obviously he was picking his matchups and taking advantage of them. Just what did you see in his overall approach tonight? How he was able to
I thought it was, a great job of the guys helping him create that space. So by the time their trap was going to arrive, it was going to be late, and then there was separation and room for him to attack. But he had his mind made up what he was going out to do tonight, and he was elite at it like he always is.
Coach, to overcome, the collapse of Saturday and coming into this game without Isaiah Stewart, what can you share about this team resiliency, something that they have relied upon throughout this time?
Yeah, it's the makeup of the men in the locker room. Right? Like, we don't have guys who give in. We don't have guys who make excuses. We just have guys that show up every single day and lay it on the line for one another. And that's all you can ask for. It's a special group when, to a man, they don't want to let each other down. And so they're not going to let their own personal feelings get in the way of the job that they need to do for their teammate, for their brother, for their, that's just who we are. And we're fortunate to have, guys with that type of character and that type of spirit.
Thanks for kind of being we're going a little bit tough there at the end, but Schroder, calm, hit that 3 for you. Speak to that moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's played in, so many big games. And then when you go back and watch his history, he's clutching big games. And, we've talked about it early on when he got here. He's just fearless. There's no moment, there's no crowd, there's no noise that's too big or that's going to rattle him. And again, he works his tail off on his game, but a lot of people in that situation don't have the courage. And he's got the courage to take big shots and make them.
What was the key to the job you guys did on Towns tonight?
I thought Tobias was great. Tobias did a phenomenal job of just being physical with him, not letting him get to his spot, making him take tough twos over the top of him. We eliminated a lot of the catch and shoot threes that he'd been getting throughout the season. But I thought Tobias was unbelievable and being physical without fouling him and just making him earn everything.
Coach, you talked about how Tobias essentially has been a comfort blanket for you all season, and along those lines with Dennis, how comfortable do you feel with him in those like that?
I mean, the ultimate trust in both those guys. They just have the ability and the understanding of what's needed at that time. And they can make whatever the play is. Like, Tobias rebounding the basketball tonight because he knew how important finishing possessions was for us. It wasn't going to be his scoring or whatever it may be. Like, he knew we needed to rebound the ball to win the game, and he went out and did a great job on the defensive boards. Dennis, obviously, the shots that he made, but, his ability to allow Cade to get to different spots and then feed Cade, and then we can play off that. So we got the ultimate amount of trust in those guys, and, we're lucky to have them.
How solid was your front court with Jalen Brunson performance tonight and also with PB?
I mean, both of them were really, really good. I thought JD did a great job of setting the tone early. The rebound and dunk, I think, set the tone of where we were tonight and the amount of energy and effort that we needed to have and that we were going to play with. But I thought he was dominant in that painted area. And P. Reed was awesome. You got to give P. Reed credit, right? A guy who hasn't played a ton, hasn't been in the lineup consistently, but I think he came in and did a great job for us. Gave us a great spark.
I'm sure like a comfortable double.
Old Detroit style basketball right there. And it started with, as Coach just mentioned, ending the defensive possession by rebounding the basketball. And I thought the Pistons did a great job of sending everybody to the glass to limit the Knicks to one shot, sometimes two shots, and out of that possession. That's how you win basketball games. You often hear me say, if you control the glass, you control the game. And the Pistons did a great job of sending everybody to the glass to secure to end that offensive possession by the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns, only 5 or 6 rebounds he had tonight. This is a double-double type guy, a consistent double-double guy, and the Pistons really paid attention to keeping him off the glass.
We have not yet heard from Dennis Schroder or Cade Cunningham. We expect that we will when Pistons Live continues. Following a Game 2 win over the Knicks in New York, they're coming back to Detroit with the series tied at a game apiece. Pistons Live. We'll be right back. One-man show, very theatrical. His ability to embellish, shall we say?
Okay.
Maybe induce some fouls. It's absolutely maddening, and it was for Asar Thompson tonight. And just, I don't know if there's any officials out there watching, perhaps just want to draw this to your attention. Not that this is anything new for him, but he does this a lot, and he gets away with it. On that one-man show at Broadway, it must be filled with NBA officials. That's the biggest fans of his act.
He definitely gets the eye or the attention of the officials, which he initiates most of the contact. This is incredible. He steps on Asar's foot and falls down, and they whistle Asar for the foul. I'm with you on that one, Asar. How do you call me for the foul? Now, this is a good one. He did go right into the contact, and he gets the 3 points, or gets the 3 free throws after that one. But for the most part, Brunson initiates all of the contact. You said he embellishes.
Yeah.
I would just say he's been very clever at how he gets the attention of the officials and gets the whistle.
Paul Reed came in and gave the Pistons some Isaiah Stewart-like minutes tonight. Johnny Kane has caught up with him in the locker room for our post-game interview presented by Cure Auto Insurance.
Big time effort from you guys tonight to even this series. Give us a sense of what it's like to be in this locker room, knowing that you guys were able to earn a split here in New York, and now you head home for Game 3.
I mean, it's a great feeling. We came in, did what we were supposed to do. Last game, fourth quarter hit. We folded kind of. This game, we took care of business. So proud of us.
How hard is it in that moment when they tie the game up, inside a minute to play, and, you know, the gym is juiced. How do you guys stay together? How do you squeak it up?
I mean, we just had to keep our composure, man, trust each other, and know that, you know, on the defensive end, just keep doing what we've been doing, just playing hard, contesting shots, and, you know, worked in our favor.
For you personally, coming into this game, you know, obviously we know Isaiah's dealing with the sore right knee. What was your mentality coming in, understanding you were going to be playing valuable minutes?
I mean, my mentality never changes. I know at any point that one of these guys can foul out, go down, get hurt. So I know I got to stay ready every game, and, you know, that's what I've been doing, just staying ready.
When Dennis Schroder hit that three to put you guys up in the final 10 seconds, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, oh, yeah, we definitely got this one. We just got to make free throws, close it out the right way. We got it.
How much did you lean on you've got a good amount of playoff experience already. How much did you lean on that coming into a game like tonight?
I mean, 1,000%. Like, it's playoffs is different than the regular season for sure. So I know, like, the intensity is going to be different. Every play matters. And, you know, I've been here before, so I know how to stay composed during hot times. The tension is high. Teammates are yelling at me sometimes. I know how to stay poised. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
What do you think of how Cade?
Paul Reed helps the Pistons bench outscore the Knicks reserves 35-8. Another big game for another veteran, Tobias Harris. We'll hear from him as the Pistons get ready to come home for games 3 and 4 after this. Johnny Kane with Tobias in the Pistons locker room.
For this team, we heard you celebrate a little bit and going home on a one-on-one.
We don't focus on what's happened in the past, anything. We're just ready for the moment. So our mentality, game in and game out, is to do whatever we can to win the game. And so, you know, that's our focus, and that's what our energy is all towards. And this group has shown a lot of heart resilience all year long, and you know, we just want to go out there and make each other proud every single night we play.
And playing in Madison Square Garden, can you describe the atmosphere, how hard the fans made it this time for you? And now going back home, happy to have the support of all the Detroit fans.
Yeah. You know, always playing at the Garden is a great place. You know, obviously coming into the playoff series, I was excited for this opportunity for this team and this group. No better place to play while you're getting your first-time playoff experience. And we're excited to be in the Little Caesars Arena back home. We're excited for our fans and that energy. They've been with us all year long. You know, last time I was in the playoffs, we was in Auburn Hills. So, you know, this is going to be a really good experience. And, you know, this whole group is ecstatic for it, and we can't wait.
And this group, in terms of wins, had a big jump compared to last season. What's the main difference? Is the coach merit or some player at a big click? What do you think is happening for this group?
You know, you could relate that to a lot of things, but you know, I just think it's our chemistry. You know, we really support the next guy, and we want to win. We've put in a lot of great work. We got a great group on and off the floor, great guys, and we're just flowing.
It's going to be a tough series.
It's the first time the Pistons have had 3 double-doubles in a row playoff games since 1991 versus the Celtics when Lambeer, Rodman, and Isaiah Thomas did it. Game 3 now, Thursday at Little Caesars Arena. Pistons Live gets us going at 6:30. The Pistons have claimed home court advantage, chance to take a series lead and perhaps go up 3-1 in this series if they can win back-to-back games in Detroit. Malik Beasley will try to get back on track after a rough night shooting, but the Pistons able to survive that with a solid effort from their bench, which included 20 from Dennis Schroder tonight. So we will see you again on Thursday night. Pistons win it 194 over the Knicks to even the series at a game apiece. For all of us at FanDuel Sports Network, we thank you for watching. Good night, kids. We'll see you again on Thursday night.